Welcome to Continuing Ed for the Coach. In this video, we cover continuing education. When it comes to continuing education, there are two opposite paths. Path number one, forget about it. That doesn't end well for your career. Path number two, devote your entire life to learning. You burn out, and that doesn't end well for your career either. The key is finding the middle ground. Here's what that could look like and how you could work towards it. Build a breadth of training and perspective. Gather experience and seek wisdom. Older, more experienced mentors can often help with this. They've usually been there, done that. Know what's most important and know what to apply and when. Have a comfortable balance between professional and non-professional pursuits. Continually challenge yourself with new ideas and concepts. Purposely take different perspectives. Critically review new scientific findings and compare them to real-life best practices. When you want to take things further, you need to start with why. Just as you ask your clients what their goals are and why those goals are meaningful to them, start with your why, your values, priorities, and goals. Have an objective for learning if possible, and consider doing the 5 whys exercise with it. Why is that important, and why does that matter, and what will that help me do, etc. This exercise, and really understanding what you're seeking, helps to prioritize and keep the destination in mind, rather than just gobbling up stuff because it's there. In a 21st century internet world, you could spend all day, every day, just accumulating information. So, get clear on why you're learning, what will be most useful to you and why, and how each option could help you get where you want to go. Once you know why, but before focusing on what you learn or while you're learning, consider how you learn. Learning will be easier if you understand your own learning style and develop your learning skills. This includes things like reading skills, writing skills, research skills, information processing skills, analytical skills, evaluation skills, and application skills. Being a good learner will help you absorb, process, and use anything you choose to learn about. Want to improve a skill? Remember that the best readers practice reading, the best writers practice writing, the best researchers practice doing research. You get the idea. If you feel like you need to learn some of the skills mentioned, there are various ways to build them that include formal and informal education. Formal education through universities, colleges, and professional institutions is a good option if you're looking for professional accreditation and/or licensing. Informal education is a good option if you prefer either open-ended, modular educational programs, general interest continuing education, and/or short courses geared towards professional training on topics of interest. With both formal and informal education, be careful to differentiate courses for fun from courses I need to advance my career. If you'd like to develop your coach training and coaching practice even further, check out our PN Level 2 Certification Masterclass. In Level 2, you'll work directly with some of the best and brightest at PN, and challenge yourself with higher-level coaching concepts. This is the exact course we use to train our own in-house super coaches. Once you've built your research and critical reading skills, and perhaps gotten some guidance from a mentor or formal instructor, you're ready to embark on your own research program. Research journals. It's important to know the difference between peer-reviewed research and a mainstream media or blog article. Peer-reviewed research is research that has been produced and then, as the name implies, reviewed critically by one's own academic peers, such as other scientists working in the same field. This ensures that when the research article is published, it's scientifically sound and accurate. Almost all studies that appear on PubMed or Google Scholar will be peer-reviewed, so that's a great place to start. Many research articles and journals are open source, i.e., readily available for public consumption, rather than behind a paywall. You can often access paid journals through your public library or a university college library if you are a student. Non-peer-reviewed research includes things like magazines, newspapers, blogs. Anything goes here. There's no vetting process, so reader beware. If you work in fitness or you want to, it's always useful to get an entry-level personal training certification. You can start with a basic but good quality certification like one of the following: American College of Sports Medicine, International Sports Sciences Association, National Academy of Sports Medicine, National Strength and Conditioning Association, PTA Global. Once you've cleared the initial hurdle and have rounded out your skill set, you can consider more advanced certifications and mentorships. If you want to be more of a holistic coach after establishing your nutrition system, we recommend one more thing to round out your basic skill set: improving your ability to assess movement. As physical therapist Greg Cook says, you shouldn't load dysfunctional movement patterns. Adding weight to a structure that can't support it isn't going to make that structure any better. Your exercise programming can actually hurt your clients if you don't first learn how to help them fix their dysfunctional movement patterns. So, consider checking out one of the following education tracks for better understanding and programming movement: Functional Movement System, FMS, Z Health Performance. After you've spent some time learning about movement, nutrition, and exercise programming, it's time to learn how to coach your client. That means understanding the deeper psychology at play and saying the right things in the right ways at the right times. It means really connecting with your clients and helping them through their body transformation one step at a time. You can have someone do all the squats and eat all the broccoli you want, but until you learn change psychology and the art of coaching, you'll never be able to actually help your clients change their behaviors and habits. Where should you start? We have links for 2 must-read resources to check out in the textbook: Effective Coach Talk, What to Say to Clients and Why It Matters, and 10 Things Elite Coaches Do and 6 Things They Read. Note, in the second article, we share 6 books that will teach you the basics of change psychology. Use it as a jumping off point for digging deeper into this area. And if you've done all that and you're ready to level up, you might consider these courses: Precision Nutrition's Level 2 Masterclass Certification, Excellence in Motivational Interviewing, APA Continuing Education in Psychology, National Institute for Clinical Application of Behavioral Medicine. If you're considering opening your own personal training studio, gym, or nutrition coaching business, or if you work at a bigger place and want to learn how to get more clients, you'll need to get some business training. We're not talking about an MBA here. We're talking about fitness-specific training taught by people who've actually had success in the field. Here are some great options: Net Profit Explosion, Results Fitness University, 100K Info Group for online businesses, Fitness Consulting Group. The better you get at marketing and running your business, the more people you can help, and the more money you can make doing it. Other ongoing learning and personal development. Once you've built a strong foundation of training, nutrition, movement, behavioral change techniques, and business knowledge, it's time to commit to a lifetime of learning and personal development. Feel free to pick the books, courses, internships, and certifications that most resonate with you or will most help your clients. Now is the time to geek out about advanced programming for different populations, nutrient timing, soft tissue therapy, hormonal issues, advanced exercise and diet techniques, and more. If you're interested in different areas of nutrition, athletic populations, group training, internships, mentorships, or special populations, make sure to check out all of the resources we list in the textbook. Annual conferences can be tricky. They can be a useful networking opportunity with dynamic speakers and great education, or they can be a boring, overwhelming network situation with dry and forgettable speakers and poor education. That's why it's important to choose events that meet your current learning needs. In the textbook, we list some of our favorite events. Whichever you choose, one of the most important things to consider with conferences and seminars is bringing some actual, practical ideas back to your practice. After a few jam-packed days of lectures and workshops, you can be drowning in notes, slide handouts, and information. At the end of each day when attending a conference, consider looking over your notes and jotting down 1 to 5 practical takeaways, some real next actions, some things to do or investigate when you get back to work on Monday. When it comes to areas of big picture food issues, food production, and agriculture, there are people, companies, and organizations we follow listed in the textbook. Volunteering can be another way to gain experience and knowledge, challenge yourself with different populations, and/or practice an area you aren't comfortable with. Volunteering is also a way to give back and engage in a cause you care about while meeting like-minded people. You have a special skill to offer related to your health and nutrition expertise, and people can benefit from this. There are likely plenty of local organizations that would appreciate your volunteering, such as local farms, local food recovery networks, local schools, elementary up to college, social service organizations such as shelters, drop-in centers, community outreach, etc. If you speak another language, consider helping to translate educational materials or work directly with a population that might struggle with understanding English. At this point, you likely have plenty of ideas on how to stay balanced and continue to improve yourself moving forward by developing your coaching practice. As we've mentioned, another option to consider to really enhance your coaching practice and build mastery is our Level 2 Masterclass. The Level 2 Masterclass focuses on helping coaches develop hands-on, real-world coaching skills, helping them to master areas such as being a self-aware and self-questioning coach, developing strong working relationships with clients, being able to guide clients through all stages of the nutritional coaching and consultation process, understanding what's truly important, using the right tools and techniques for the job at hand, treating clients as unique individuals, addressing their needs holistically, working effectively on your own and as part of a team, solving complex problems thoughtfully, communicating clearly and effectively, acting, working, and presenting yourself as a respected professional, developing your own self-sustaining growth practice. Receiving feedback on your coaching can be a bit uncomfortable at times, but really, it doesn't have to be. Feedback makes us better. Feedback is constructive. Feedback is information. Information about how to improve, about what to keep doing and what to change, and about what to do next. And importantly, giving and taking feedback is a skill. Just like learning how to cut vegetables, you can learn how to receive feedback productively and share your own feedback with others. Building this skill can be vital for allowing open communication with colleagues, partners, friends, family, and clients. Accepting feedback starts with listening, and then seeking understanding. Make sure you truly grasp what is being said and that you heard it accurately. Be aware of your own instinctive, emotional response to feedback, which will likely be to defend, explain, or correct the other person giving the feedback, or punch them. Give yourself time to digest the feedback and consider it a potentially true alternative perspective on the world. Stay open-minded and ask for examples where possible. For example, you're saying I do X. Can you give me some instances where that happened and walk me through it step by step? So much of our potential to become better people and better coaches hinges on our ability to accept and learn from feedback. Of course, as you work with clients, you talk about how to measure progress. What do they want to measure and why? What tells them that they're moving towards their goals? And in your client practice, you set up a system of regular monitoring and check-ins. The same concept applies here when you're using data and indicators. What tells you that you're making progress in your coaching practice and skills? What indicators might you use? How often do you track your coaching performance? And what system do you have for regular monitoring? It's important to regularly pay attention and take stock of how your practice is developing. And to do this most effectively, you'll need to gather some data and use key performance indicators. As much as we all like to go by our gut feelings 100% of the time, sometimes gut feelings can lead us astray, or just be fuzzy. So figure out how you want to measure your growth as a coach, and set a schedule to assess it regularly. Just like when a client steps on the scale and sees a certain number, that number is simply a form of data that can be used to guide future directions. Maybe it's providing surveys to your clients to assess how much you are helping them. Maybe it's a certain skill or tool you want to learn and practice. Maybe it's looking at how you manage your time and commitments. Maybe it's time spent on a new concept. No matter what metric you choose for tracking your coaching progress, identify it clearly, understand why you're using that metric and what value it has, create a process of regular accountability, and stick to it. Consider getting additional feedback from others. Don't underestimate your own capacity for growth. Yes, development takes time, but you have your whole life ahead of you. Who knows where you could end up with consistent and focused effort. That does it for today's video lesson and for the course. Making it through all of these videos is a big accomplishment. Congratulations.